Hi guys, Vindi. If you watched last week's video, you will remember that we were looking for opportunities to buy this particular instrument, Nasdaq, right? However, this or rather last week, price was pretty much bearish. So okay, price reached these were not new areas or new levels because it was there week before last. As you can see, this particular candle here, this first black candle, it went down and rejected the bid. I think this was on the final day of that particular week. Let me see if I can find it. So yes, that particular rejection, it's actually this candle. Okay, so that week price rejected back again. If you watched the video that I did, obviously we're looking at some sort of a structure that was running there, and this rejection was actually suggesting that, you know what, price was struggling to break lower. But on Tuesday, I believe, when the market opened, it broke out of that and closed below that particular structure. However, on Wednesday, it went back up. So those two candles were canceling each other at that particular time. If you looked at the weekly chart, you will see something that looked like a bullish pin bar. However, on Thursday and Friday, it came back down again to cancel that Wednesday move. So this particular move right here, let me just zoom in a bit. It's actually consolidation, if you think about it, right? So if we were to look at this, you can see that price dropped. If we were to start looking at this candle, price dropped and went back up and then dropped again. So it's been this particular move, dropped, went back up and dropped again. Okay, so this is actually what happened. However, that daily structure that we were actually leaning on, right, to buy, the daily bullish structure that we're leaning on, was violated. So if you have some sort of sentiment indicator in your MT4 or your trading platform, you will see that the daily bias appears to be a little bit not part of the game. But yes, that uptrend and then the bullish pressure could still build up, particularly from, let's say, this particular zone there, right? However, if we were to trade this, or let's say maybe we were to use, let me see which template I can choose, right? If we were to use this particular template right here, you will see that we're riding this particular move to the upside. However, now price closed below the structures. We can see the Friday candle, this black candle there, closed below this particular dynamic area of support. So this is exactly what actually pissed buyers off from pushing up. Yes, got stopped out on some of the trades that I took there. Yes, the reason why I'm saying this, that I got stopped out, is because mentors are afraid to say that they got stopped out. And they wanna portray this image that whenever they check trades moves in that direction. Unfortunately, I'm not here to sell anyone's dreams or to say what you wanna hear. I'm just sharing a little bit of knowledge that I have on this thing. Yes, I got stopped out on this particular guy. The good thing about this is that I risk 2% of my equity on one trade. Okay, so if I check a trade on Nasdaq, I'm gonna risk 2%. Do check a video that I did on how not to blow your account. Check the pop-up button here. You can see that banner there. If you're watching on YouTube, you will see that banner there. Just click there. You will see on how I stay away from blowing accounts. If you can master that, then you're good to go. Okay, and if you enjoyed this video so far, just make sure that you hit the subscribe and the like button. Like it doesn't cost a thing. Just like it, share it with your friends and all that. Okay, back to this. So this, I believe, this daily bias now are sort of not really part of the game, but should they start closing above that, that's where now I can start talking about bias pushing back up. So if I was to move to a different lower time frame, you can see that these sellers, even sellers, are not that strong because they sold. Okay, went back, sell on the dynamic structure, went back down. But if you draw a trend line, you will see these guys were actually selling there. Okay, they sold and then they went into consolidation towards the end. As you can see, they just went sideways. So if you were to ask me, Vindi, should I buy? I know a lot of people are here want to hear that. Should I buy or should I sell Nasdaq? At this point, it's not clear as to whether we should buy or sell. Maybe tomorrow when the market have moved a little bit, that's when I can start sharing some of the ideas or the signals on the signals group for those who are in those signals group, okay, or those who are somewhere, and then I will actually send my analysis and the breakdown of this particular instrument. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna be doing. So for now, I can't say it's selling, because this downtrend or any sort of a downtrend here, it's not that healthy. Even this one on H4, as you can see, price went up, and then there we're not far. This is not a fully established sort of structure. Even if you were to look at it clean, let's just do it clean so that you can understand that we're not being guided by tools. Okay, so you can see, even if you move a trend line there, you move it nice, you can see that price went up, came back down, and it just stuck. It didn't create a new extreme low. It's just stuck there. It looks like a double bottom of some sort. And if you look down here, it looks like we are stuck there until we break this particular point. So for sellers, that's when I believe sellers are going to be very, 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 very active. As soon as we break this point, then we know that these sellers have a possibility of retesting that and start selling. So we could see some sort of a downtrend being established in that direction. Okay, but for now, there isn't a clear trend. There isn't a clear trend as to where price is headed. Okay, so there is some sort of a move, bullish move that took place, bearish move that took place, 1 2 3 there. I believe this is going to be more evident on lower time frames, like 30 minutes. Okay, so another person could be saying, Vindi, I still want to buy this thing if it breaks a certain trend line. And some of those trend lines that you can pay attention to, obviously, it could be maybe this one. Let me just delete that. It could be this particular trend line here, to say that if price breaks out of this trend line, then one could be looking for opportunities to buy. And as soon as it breaks and creates new high somewhere there, that's when these daily buyers will be back in action. As soon as we go back to these levels, the daily buyers will be back in action. That level, the daily buyers will be back in action. They're even gonna show in your sentiment indicator, if you have those kind of things, that shows you where the buyers are. Okay, as soon as we break out of this trend line, retest and move up, and yes, one might argue that yes, there's a double bottom, and actually look for that. So for this one, I will wait. If I'm a buyer, I will wait for this trend line to break, correct nicely, because the sell, or rather the downward trend, it's not fully established. I'm looking at this. I need a healthy trend. This was going well, and then it was messed up by this particular pushing, where price just decided to go up and then come back down again. So that is some sort of uncertainty. Remember, I said price went down, went back in the beginning of this video, and then went back again. So this is that move. So it's giving us some consolidation, sideways vibes. Okay, so there's a lot of uncertainties when it comes to the Nasdaq 100. So that's my view. If you are a seller, just wait for this thing to actually create a new low and retest. Then you can see that your trend to the downside, if you have the 55 and the 21 EMA in your disposal, then you can see, I'm going to explain the same thing using this. You can see that this moving averages are almost flat in that case. Okay, so they're just showing you that there isn't any sort of a nice downtrend in this particular case. So there's another video once more that I did. I'm going to link it up there. So just check the first, or rather the pinned comment for other videos. So as soon as price breaks out of this and closes above this moving average, we're gonna see that the daily buyers are gonna engage. Okay, so you can see this is flattening, meaning that there isn't any sort of a strong trend to the downside or uptrend. Price is just moving sideways. So that's why I said, for now, I can't say the market is gonna go up or the market is gonna go down. It depends. If you're a buyer, make sure that actually this trend line is broken, that aggressive trend line is broken and retested. If you're leaning on this double bottom and all that, make sure. If you're a seller, I've already showed you that. If you like this video, let me know in the comment section down below. If there's something that you would like me to share in the next video, let me know. Leave a comment. Don't be scared. Leave a comment. I do see your comments. I do reply to your comments. So do leave a comment if there's something that you'd love to know, if you'd like me to break other instruments down, let me know. And do share this video, hit a like so that you can see that you like this sort of content that I'm doing. But if you do not engage, I can't tell, then I'm just gonna continue posting videos that you find that are not helpful to you. Yes, okay, so that's my view. Just to wrap it up, we are sort of moving in a very weird area. This was supposed to be a correction, but now it seems to be challenged. It have already challenged the dynamic structure, but now we're moving sideways. There's no clear direction as to where we headed next. So we'll have to wait for the market to open and see. But if it breaks those levels that I've highlighted, I'm definitely going to look for opportunities to buy. Otherwise, sharp.